How am I stupid? How's the military and the Coast Guard and them stupid, Perlita? Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry J. Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Victor Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bat 4 Blue Boy Boxes, GPS Paso Robo Rapist Night, Red Randy, Red Gordon and Ellery's, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Doug King. Keep saying I'm stupid. How am I stupid, Karen? Carney's Country and Western, Ghetto Life, okay? You guys said you didn't want me, Karen. You Google didn't want me, so they do that. You guys say you don't trust me. So what I do is I put my trust into a higher authoritative power. Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb, Colin Powell, and you know, the Hollywood celebrities and the military and the, you know, fighter pilots and all those people, the police officers. And so, you know, you want to be careful, Perlita and Dave. Dictatoring, Yahoo, because they get to, is that you guys don't trust me, I have to put my trust into a higher authoritative power. The Coast Guard, or the Navy, or the military services, the police officers, firefighters, AMW, FBI, CIA, NSA. And so, when I tell Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb, you got to be careful because he tells his wife and she tells her friends and they get to tell their Hollywood celebrity friends. And then, you know, Colin Powell tells his wife, and then all his Hollywood celebrity friends, and she does. And so, and then the military branches do, the FBI, CIA do, NASA, Lockheed, all of them. And, you know, they decide, you know, since you keep doing the mutilation thing, they get to tell their story, Karen, and your friends and your hillbilly wild. They get to tell the story about the pilgrimage across the United States with the Hillbilly Four and the All-American and the Blue Boy Boxes and the Jonestown Cult and the Branch Davidians and the Havens Gates and the gangsters and how they destroyed cities and ruined everything, the 80s and everything. So Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb and Colin Powell and the military and the, you know, Coast Guard, they cashed in, and those that work together. See, look, they cashed in from, you know, Avon Box, baby books. Like I said, the Coast Guard shows you guys some cues. They show you a hovering helicopter, 4 men rappelling down. Oh my God, baby books, Avon. And see, they can also get to tell the story about like the 4 schools that you guys screwed over. You know, Dalton, Columbia, Rainsview, Smoky Hill, Ports High, all that. No, 4. Look, 4 schools. You know, so they get to cash in. How am I stupid, Perlita? How are the Navy SEALs and the Special Forces, the fighter pilots, the Air Force, the Blue SEALs? How are they stupid? Because they get to cash in with Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb and his family and his Hollywood celebrity friends. And Colin Powell and his family and his Hollywood celebrity friends, and they get to cash in and tell the story about how still the Negroes are still sitting there laying in a pile of trash, doing the same thing over and over and over again, fleecing of America. Oh my God, NBC gets to cash in, PBS gets to cash in, MTV gets to cash in, and they get to tell the story of you, Karen and Perlita and Dave, and the hillbilly wild of inbreeder Carney Bernard and his crybaby fit. They get to tell the story about how you guys destroyed this city, Texas, the 80s, Greg Faust stuff, the Jews that you guys screwed over, the Russians, the military and the Coast Guard. Oh my God, the military and the Coast Guard evolved. So they get to tell the story about how you guys screwed up Florida, the military bases, about the con and fleecing of America. Like I said, Karen, the gift that you guys gave us when we were born in the baby books, 4 boys. If you don't respect it, other people will take it. And they did what you wanted, Karen. Pulled me out of Google. They didn't want you. We don't trust you. And then they cash in. And I put my trust in Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb and Colin Powell and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Air Force and the Coast Guard. And guess what? Because you guys became, the group of you and your hillbilly racists, Karen, and the carnies and the ghetto life became complacent. The military and Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb and his family and the other families you victimized out here, people, the Hiltons, Bowmans, and Kennedys, and whoever else, as they watch you guys strip everything down to live in a shit pile of stank, they get to tell the story about the group of you who ruined their lives through one person, me, repeatedly. Because you guys like to live in a stupid, inconsistent, non-conclusive world, then turn around and complain about how it sucks. So they get to do the same thing. Because I think Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb is going for his admiral. And so is Colin Powell. And they get to take it over and cash in with the Navy. and the Coast Guard that you guys abused, and the helicopter pilots, and the fighter pilots, and the 150 million of the Navy, or the military branches, the United States military, they get to cash in, and all the military bases around the world, and tell how they had to fight a war for a bunch of protesting demonstrators that don't care. They said that they were the Adams and Eves, the peacekeepers with Joe Zillig, but Joe Zillig was the lie. Well, the dude said just use $1 when I met them on the street, make it worth something. Okay. And the Navy and the Coast Guard show you guys the repelling men, their hovering skills, and about the rope story, climbing the rope at Dalton, because they already know they evolved, and they get to prove how the groups of you came through Hillbilly Wild and ruined their city because you guys wanted to be a bunch of racist hillbilly hicks, cowboy and country and western, and ruin everybody's lives, and how it smelled and how it tasted for Joe's assertion that he's God with Perlita and the small fry night. But not everybody's going to agree with that lifestyle, LGBT. So they cash in and tell the world how you guys made everybody sick through the Carney Bernard and Doug King of the 70s, hippie protesters, and his fake eye. There you guys go. So, you don't want me, Karen? They pull me out. You don't trust me? They pulled me out, and so I got to put my trust in the higher authoritative power. Jewish Colonel Melko, probably going for his admiral. He gets to tell the story about the group of your pilgrimage across the United States and how it ruined everything. So does Colin Powell, so do the Hollywood celebrities, so does the military, the fighter pilots, and all those team workers that work together. The police officers, firefighters, get their bigger paycheck by investing in the 150 million that did not enlist, and their stupidity, because you guys did not want to give them their bigger paychecks. You all wanted them to fight your war of protest and demonstration, Perlita, Dawn, and Kurt, and they didn't want to because they knew there was a better way. So they get to protest and demonstrate about how the masses did not learn their lesson when the internet was created by the supposed hillbilly country and western wild and free spirit.